forgot to loop the video. Oh, it's all good. All right, fans, welcome to another edition of the WrestleGeddon podcast. We are live. It is Friday. It is 9 o'clock. If you are old and married, you ain't got nothing to do. Young and single, you're probably out doing something. But wrestling fans are somewhere. Of course,
somewhere.
If you don't know by now, I'm Chris the Heat Matthews, and he is the Tennessee Jesus, Carl Crossland. And this is your WrestleGeddon podcast. Carl, what's going on this week, man?
Man, not much. I been working on a book explaining new fundamentals of math, because we've been taught our whole lives that 1 times 1 is 1. But if you think about it and compare it to the laws of common sense, you'll see that 1 times 1 actually equals 2. So I've been working on that. Also, I've been working on a new periodic table. I know y'all probably seen like the old school classic periodic table, or seen Terrence Howard's interview on Joe Rogan and saw his new periodic table. But I decided just to throw that bitch completely away and just make up my own new elements.
Can we add vibranium on there?
Yeah, vibranium. And the stuff that we've been breathing in, we've been told our whole life it's oxygen. But I don't know if it's really oxygen and not terraform.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I saw Terrence Howard's math thing. Dude is crazy. I don't know how else to say it.
Everybody thought Galileo was crazy too.
That's true. And it's almost as bad as freaking math that they're teaching kids in school now.
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily the math that they're teaching, but the
way to do
it. The way to do it, yeah. It's kind of.
You added like 6 steps into something that has 2. So.
Yeah. What's weird is like they're getting them to do it like they're actually like computers and like an algorithm, and it's like, they're not computers or an algorithm; they're human beings. So I don't know, but yeah, this amazes me every time my kids come home with math.
It's crazy. All right, let's get into it here. Let's jump over to our random band entrance theme of the week. The random band entrance theme this week. The band was the Guess Who.
Yep.
You want to go first?
Good. I can go first. The song I had picked out, when I read the name off. My dad was a guitar player and bassist, and he used to play this song for me all the time on acoustic, and it's No Sugar Tonight is going to be my entrance.
All right.
No sugar tonight in my coffee. No sugar tonight in my tea.
That's cool. I went with Clap for the Wolfman.
That's a good song too. That's a good song. They're definitely an underrated band, I think, because their name is so close to the Who.
Yeah.
that people get them confused or don't look into them at all.
Awesome. So Guess Who for this week? Who we got for next week, Carl?
I don't know, man, but I know if I was Iceland, I'd watch out because we have Knuckle Puck.
Oh, Knuckle Puck. Yeah, apparently very big fans of the Mighty Ducks. Specifically D2. Oh, that's funny. Knuckle puck.
I ain't gonna lie, dude. I watched that movie a lot growing up. Like D2. I watched it probably more than D1, and definitely more than D3. D2 was just like that, I don't know, iconic 90s sports children's movie.
D2 was way better than the first one. Like, and that's like a lot of movie sequels. Like the second one usually isn't as good as the first one, but this one was better than the first one.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. Kenan Thompson in that knuckle puck.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. So let's hop over to the elite figure of the week. Maybe
not.
Need a producer. There we go. Master. All right. Elite figure of the week, of course, is brought to you by Entertainment Earth. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you flick the mouse the wrong way. EntertainmentEarth.com, sponsor for the elite figure of the week. Head on over there and use FT Collect at checkout and save yourself an additional 10%. And the elite figure this week, in honor of King and Queen of the Ring, is the Elite 99 first ever Queen of the Ring, Zelina Vega.
Ooh.
All hail Queen Zelina. This is an awesome figure. I kind of kicking myself in the ass for not picking this one up. But...
yeah.
A little scepter there, the crown, extra hands. Of course, the images that we're looking at here are from the Wrestling Figure Database. It's pretty much the largest online resource for wrestling figures. It's wrestlingfiguredatabase.com. Great website. I use this almost on a daily basis when I'm trying to look stuff up.
I don't know if I think they did like a little bit too much on the legs. Like her legs are not that defined in real life.
They're probably just reusing parts from something that was similar.
That's what it looked like Randy Orton's legs or something.
Those Orton quads. That face scan is good. It's better than her first figure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looks a little bit like Ava Ring, a little bit, with the hair color.
Yeah. I can see that. Awesome. All right, so that was the elite figure of the week. And let's go ahead and hop over to the instant replay, which, of course, is brought to you by friends over at
Saudi Arabia. I'm just kidding.
Head on over to w.gg. Get your hydration drink mixes, your energy drink mixes, and use the code WrestleGeddon at checkout. Save yourself an additional 10%. Right one. There we go. All right, instant replay this week. Had a couple things to talk about here. Actually, 3. I forgot to put this one in there, but we'll get to that. SummerSlam 2026. It was announced they're going to 2 nights in Minneapolis. Your thoughts on that one? Do we need a 2-night SummerSlam?
Sure.
I'm kind of wondering if 2026 is the year WrestleMania goes overseas. If they're switching SummerSlam to 2 nights.
Yeah, I don't think so. No. I saw somewhere, I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody was saying that their plan is to go 2 nights a year on the Big Four pay-per-views, or 4 pay-per-views. It didn't say the Big Four. I just said Big Four. And they never clarified like which 4 it would be. My assumption it would be
the Big Four.
Royal Rumble, huh?
It would have to be the Big Four.
Well, I don't know. I was kind of talking with Garrett. Like, I don't know if I'd want like a 2-night. I could see 2-night Royal Rumble and have like the men's Rumble headline one night, the women's Rumble headline the other night. But like Survivor Series, I don't know if I could see that being a 2-night event. But
yeah, I mean, you could break down Survivor Series as like men's War Games, main events one night, women's War Games the second night. But
yeah, I was thinking too, or maybe
bring back the traditional 8-on-8 tag matches or 8-man tag matches.
Yeah, I was talking to Garrett about that too. I was like, yeah, like if it was me and it was like I was in charge, I would kill the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, have Elimination Chamber be night 2, and then have the War Games match night 1. So I heard
time to kill that ring and everything and put up the
so I heard that it would be those 4 would be 2-night events, and then the other pay-per-views would either be overseas at like a different location like than the US, and then if they were going to have a pay-per-view in the US, it'd be the same weekend as the UFC event in the same city.
Okay.
Is what I heard. I don't know if that's true. Like it just rumors. I never saw like an official WWE source say that. And you know how the internet is. But if they did do that, I could see them doing that. Like if you're gonna have less pay-per-views in the US, because like most of them are gonna be overseas, I could see making in these premium live events 2-night events, because people will be more anticipating it more if they don't have as many pay-per-views to go to over here.
Yeah, so if you're taking like Money in the Bank like they're doing this year in Toronto, is it Toronto? Yeah, or in Canada. I don't remember exactly where in Canada. And then you've got Clash at the Castle. Obviously, you got King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia this weekend.
Backlash was in France.
Yeah, I could see that making more sense then if all the monthly pay-per-views, the regular, the non-Big Four pay-per-views being somewhere outside the country. Honestly, I think this is just the next step with WWE is to take those Big Four pay-per-views and go to 2 nights on them. Like the WrestleManias have been successful.
And
a lot of people
I also heard
I prefer the 2-night WrestleMania. It's much easier to take in than sitting there for 6 hours.
Yeah,
watching WrestleMania 6-7 hours like freaking AEW.
Yeah, I also heard too that they're looking to move in WrestleMania a little further out than April, because of like weather.
Yeah, I heard that one's been going around quite a bit too. Because there's really nothing that says WrestleMania has to be in March. Like they can move the pay-per-view if they want to, or March or April. I mean, because if you think about it, unless they're running like an indoor stadium in the northern area, like it's not really going to help that much if it's outside. And then, because that's the issues with Philadelphia, is it's freaking cold. The night 1, night 2 was fine from what people. But that just relegates more of your WrestleMania pay-per-views are going to end up being in the South or on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. I'm kind of interested to see where we go from here. If it does end up being the Big Four for that one. What else we got? What else happened here? A couple little tidbits here. Mercedes Moné apparently is saying that she's the greatest women's wrestler ever. Period.
I don't know. She'll have to do something with this AEW thing. Like, she'll have to do something with this AEW thing. There's definitely a debate there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would say best ever yet.
No, I would not classify her as best ever. I like Mercedes Moné. I do. I think she's a great in-ring talent. I've yet to see, especially like promo-wise, I've yet to see what she brought to the table in WWE and to AEW as far as her promos go. Like, I know she wasn't always, she's not the strongest with her promos, but her promos in WWE were better. I don't know if that's because of their writing team, the creative team, but that's got to be one of the major reasons.
Yeah,
it is kind of
and her, like, even though she's sticking to the same gimmick, it was more like Sasha Banks, and the Boss is kind of like more easy to say than Mercedes Moné and CEO.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean.
I'm not a fan of the CEO thing, like especially the music. Yeah. Not like the music.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. Like, you know, she just started with AEW. Her stuff in New Japan was pretty good.
Yeah, but she did great in New Japan. I am excited to see the rematch between her and Willow.
Yeah.
Just mainly because Willow has been doing a fantastic job building this program between her and Mercedes. And like I said, is it last week or the week before? Willow has been carrying this whole feud, like with her promos and everything else. Willow has been going above and beyond, knocking this out of the park to build up this match.
Yeah.
And I really, really hope Willow retains. But we'll get into that a little bit later when we do our picks for Double or Nothing. Let's see. Some interesting tidbits here as well. Sting's son, Stephen Borden, he was the one that portrayed Wolfpack Sting in his final match in Greensboro. He is training with Darby Allin to start his career in wrestling.
That's cool that he wants to be a wrestler. I don't know if I would train with Darby Allin, but
he's gonna learn how to jump off of shit.
I'm pretty sure your dad has like more friends that know the business a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure he'll probably get more training from someone else. Like, it can't just be Darby Allin that's training him too. Like, your dad is like one of the greatest in-ring performers of all time, at least like, top 5.
And I totally have to disagree there, but
you're not a Sting fan.
I'm not a Sting fan. Two most overrated wrestlers, in my opinion, is Sting and Bret Hart. But
that's a hot take right there, especially with Bret Hart.
Yeah, I like Darby Allin, but like as far as like wrestling goes, like I don't know if he's at the caliber to like be training people like in wrestling.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's gonna show him how to jump off a high shit. Put himself through some glass. I'm interested to see where it goes, and to see where he shows up at, and if he's got the chops that his dad has. Like, in all honesty, Rey Mysterio talked about Dominic's training, And it wasn't just Mysterio, it wasn't just Ray that was training him. He was trained by Lance Storm as well. So I mean, there's other outlets as well too that Sting's son can go to.
Yeah, and
right there in AEW. So
one thing I respect about Dominic, and all people that didn't give him credit for this, is he could have very well came out in a mask and probably got a lot more support, just by wearing that mask. So with Sting's son's training, like I like to see, like, are you going to come out and be your own man, or are you going to come out in face paint?
Yeah.
Because it'd be a lot harder to come out.
If he has like a little bit of face paint or something, or at least maybe does it for like if he has like a big match when he starts out and like just does, the face paint for that, or so hopefully he kind of goes a little bit of a unique look, maybe pays a little bit of homage to his dad.
I mean, that's all his dad had going for him for a while, is that he looked cool in face paint. Because he definitely wasn't killing it on promos. He's kind of like the Mercedes Monets of the 90s. to the point when he became Crow Sting, they're like, "Hey, shut the fuck up talking, we're just gonna have you stand there in the fucking rafters." And I won't lie, like, I thought it was cool. Like, I was a fan of both Stings. It just as you get older, your taste kind of changes.
Yeah. Oh man! Oh, speaking of Rey Mysterio, he was on I think it was Chris Van Vliet's podcast talking, and he was he said that he is up for the much rumored mask versus hair match between him and Dominic, and he said he'd be willing to said he wants that would be his retirement match against Dominic, hair versus mask.
Yeah, I don't know. They put Rey Mysterio over Dominic too many times, in my opinion.
Yeah,
so
I think if they did it this way, I think it would be I think it'd be the other way around, with Dom actually going over Mysterio or over his dad.
I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm kind of like, maybe in like a year or two, I would be okay with it, but I'm just kind of tired of. Seems like every time like a big pay-per-view comes around, they're just like, what do we do with Dominic? Yeah, we'll just have him Bertram Mysterio.
Yeah, it should be a little while before they should probably hold off a little bit on that one before they actually do it. But I think it'd be a cool way for Mysterio to ride off into the sunset. Even though we've seen him without his mask before. Looks the same, just older. All right, awesome. All right, let's kick over to King and Queen of the Ring. We had the last two, or the last semifinal match, last match for qualifying. The semifinal match on Raw, which Gunther took the win over Jay. Rikishi was not happy about that. Blasted WWE on his podcast for making that decision, and said whoever wrote that is an idiot.
He's an idiot. Number one reason why I like it is because everybody thought we were getting one thing and we didn't. And absolutely. I'm sick and tired of like fucking. And don't get me wrong, I make my predictions too. I make a lot of predictions, like that's fun of it. But I get tired of people like bitching, like once like it doesn't go their way. Like, I want it. And it's like, no, dude, like they swerved you, and you can just admit that you didn't think what happened was going to happen, and it happened. So,
yep. I mean, I was going full Jey Uso and Tama Tonga in the finals.
Yeah,
like that was my prediction. So
that was me. I'd even suggested that when they first started talking about the people in it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's an option they could go, but that's the reason why I like this actual tournament. Not the women's tournament, but the men's tournament. The reason why I liked it is because it was so unpredictable, and you really didn't see any of it happening.
Even the women's tournament had some of those curveballs in there too, where you think someone's going to win, and then like ended up being the opposite on that one. Like I had a hard time picking narrowing down the finals for that one. So it was just the men's one. It's like where are they going with this? But I think they did a great job on. They did a great job on both brackets and both going up to the final. Yeah, I know. So
Nia Jax, I hate her.
I know you hate Nia Jax. I personally, because it's always more fun, promo wise, match wise. Nia's not the strongest on promos, but it's always more fun when you have a heel as the king of the ring or the queen of the ring.
Are you predicting her to win it?
I'm gonna say, especially since the winner gets a title shot now. So.
Yeah, I don't know if I even want to watch the pay-per-view. So. That's how I feel about it. Fuck it.
Nia versus Bayley. I mean, Bayley's beating Nia. With a sleeper.
I mean, I don't want to see it though. It's like, give me like good, exciting matches. Like that's what excites me. Like not somebody that's like, oh, here I come. I'm gonna push everybody really hard. I'm a giant, even though I can't lift anybody, but can barely raise my leg up for a fucking kick, but it's fucking lethal.
Oh.
Nobody can knock me down.
A good, exciting match in the men's tournament with Orton and Gunther.
Yeah, that is true.
Spoilers.
And
that's watching.
That's a little bit. That's a little bit more interesting because I could see either one of them winning, and at SummerSlam, either one of them main eventing against. Who there be event against, and unless somebody loses titles,
Cody or Priest.
It'd be pretty interesting and pretty exciting.
Yep. So we've got. Oh man, it's tough. It's because the winner of the tournament is going to get a title shot. So that right there just makes the King of the Ring tournament, the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, more noteworthy now, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Or more mean something now. Because the last maybe 10 years or so, maybe not. But the last few, they really haven't meant anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it really existed for like a couple. Like they did it like kind of like every other year.
Because the last one was 2 years ago.
Yeah, and then before that,
when they used to do it every year, it really didn't.
Yeah,
like the most iconic moment that's come out of the King of the Ring was Austin.
You had Austin, Harley Race. Was he the first one or no? You had Harley.
I think so.
Harley Race was a big one. I think Jerry the King Lawler won like 1 year. You had Booker T was pretty iconic with his win.
That's true too. I forgot about King Booker.
Bret Hart won, right?
Yeah.
Bret Hart won.
Owen won.
Owen won. That kind of helped Owen Hart with it.
Yeah,
And then Triple H won the year after Austin, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so you've had some pretty good, like, solid Kings of the Ring. Like,
Well, I mean,
the Austin one is
good. You had some good, solid King of the Rings, but really, like the main one that got skyrocketed from that was Austin.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling Garrett. We was talking Monday after we got the results on like what happened Monday, or no, it might have been the week before last. But we was talking about one of the results. We didn't like the results on one of it, and he was like, "Yeah, that's something nobody wants to see, though." And I was like, "Yeah," I don't recall like ever wanting to see Jake the Snake versus Steve Austin. Like, I wasn't excited for it, you know what I mean? But then it turned out to be like one of the most iconic King of the Rings ever. So just because you don't want something doesn't mean, maybe I'll be wrong and maybe Nia Jax will keep this like incredible promo. And
Jax 316 because I just squashed your ass.
Like Nia Jax 316 says, "Where is catering?"
Nia 316. I just sat on your face.
Oh no! Nia Jax 420. My hole.
Oh, man. That's great. All right, let's I'm gonna go ahead and throw this up here. I actually found some good graphics for King of the Ring here.
No.
Like breakdown of the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm not as excited anymore with the Nia Jax. Like, Nia Jax always just like every time she wrestles, it makes me mad.
Awesome. All right, so run down this card here real quick, and we'll do our picks. You've got champion versus champion, undisputed WWE Championship match. Cody defending against Logan Paul. Men's King of the Ring final, Gunther versus Orton. Women's final, Nia Jax versus Lyra Valkyria. Women's World Championship match, Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. Intercontinental Championship match, triple threat, Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable versus Bronson Reed. And Women's Tag Team Championship, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defending against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. That's on the pre-show. I think that was just made official tonight on SmackDown. All right. Well, let's kick it off here with the Intercontinental. Let me see what Garrett put on here first. Okay. Well, let's start from the top then. All right. I'm going the same order he put his. Since he's not with us tonight. So let's kick it off here. Main event, Cody versus Logan Paul.
I'm taking Logan Paul.
You think Logan wins?
Yeah, man.
And takes the title off of Cody?
Takes the title off of Cody. With some outside interference, but he takes the title off of Cody.
I'm gonna go Logan as well, but by DQ. I got a feeling something's gonna happen. I'm sure Logan's gonna. He said he wasn't gonna use the brass knuckles, but you know how he is. He's a heel. He lies. He cheats. So I wouldn't be surprised if the brass knuckles come into play and Cody gets them and gets DQ'd.
I think the brass knuckles come into play, but they're going to be on the fist of Jacob Fatu.
Well, that would be cool. Well, they're international, so he can't travel internationally.
They're in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, that's true, too. That might be one of those countries he can go to.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia usually don't care about shit.
All right. Men's King of the Ring, Gunther versus Orton. Oh, man. It seemed like this whole tournament seemed like it was geared toward Gunther winning this. And I think after what happened on SmackDown tonight, I'm sorry, spoilers for SmackDown if y'all haven't watched it yet. It was already taped earlier today, already aired in Saudi Arabia, so sorry. After what happened on SmackDown tonight with the Bloodline getting involved in this and the finals or the semifinals match between Tama Tonga and him, I don't think they're finished with KO and Orton yet and the Bloodline, so I wouldn't be surprised if they get involved and cost Orton the match.
Yeah, Gunther wins.
I think let's see, Garrett picked Cody and Gunther. Okay. Women's final. I'm going with Nia.
I am. Yeah, I'm gonna hope. I hope WWE and Triple H do the right thing and go with Lyra.
I'm just thinking because if Gunther wins the men's side, then SmackDown's gonna win. They're gonna give the winner the women's side for SmackDown.
Not necessarily.
You never know. But we shall see. We shall see. All right. Go Women's World Championship match. Becky Lynch defending against Liv Morgan. Is this where Liv's revenge tour ends? Or is this where we just get to the good part?
This is where we get to the good part. Liv Morgan will win. And versus Lyra at SummerSlam.
I'm taking Liv on this one as well. I think it's time for her to get a good title run. Because her SmackDown title run didn't last very long, if I remember correctly. Give her the title, let her run till Rhea comes back. Yeah. Let her run with that Raw title till Rhea comes back, and then you get all the stuff with Rhea and Liv with the revenge tour. You got Dominic thrown in there too, kind of in the middle of it, to the point where they have to make him a special guest referee in this matchup. Yes, and he's got to choose. Yep.
No. They're going to fight for custody in a ladder match.
They're going to fight for custody in a ladder match.
They got to do it. Like, if they don't do that, then Triple H is done, and he should be fired.
Dirty Dom on a pole match.
Dominic Mysterio, custody of Dom, ladder match.
Oh, man. It's like a flashback to Judy Bagwell on a pole. Oh, man. I think we all picked Liv for this one. Intercontinental Championship triple threat match. You got to keep it on Sammy. I think there's more story to tell with Sammy.
I don't think so. I think
you think
I think Gable is going to win. I think we get a heel turn. And we see Otis.
So Otis lay out Sammy.
Yep.
I can see that happening too. think they finally pulled the trigger and give the title to Gable.
Yeah.
I think Sammy's going to retain. I think we're going to get one. We're going to get one more match with we've got to get at least another match out of Sammy and Gable for that title.
I just don't like Bronson Reed is in that. It's like he's like Nia Jax for me right now. It's like, just go away, guy.
Another thing, Bronson could be in the match to take the pinfall.
Yeah.
I mean, which kind of I feel would hurt Bronson. Like, you're building him up to be this monster, but he's not.
He's not a monster.
Yeah.
Like Nia Jax.
It's kind of disheartening because I like Bronson Reed. I think he's great, but just not getting the job done here.
I don't know, man. I gotta disagree with you, Chris. Just like Sting, Bret Hart, and Bronson Reed. I thought I'd put them in there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's everything. Let's go ahead and do the pre-show match as the tiebreaker, just in case. We'll do the same thing with AEW too. Bianca and Jade defending against Candice and Indy.
Is this really going to be the tiebreaker? Or is it just going to add to the tie? Because I think we're all going to go with the same pick here, right?
I mean, Garrett didn't do a pick for this one, so I'm going to assume he's going with Bianca and Jade, so I'm going to put that in there. Team BJ.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Bianca and Jade. BJ. Team BJ. Oh, all right. So there we go. King and Queen of the Ring. I'm excited for this pay-per-view. Let's take that one out.
What time does it come on?
Let's get into. I think it's on at like 1.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Or maybe 10. I know it's on like super early.
Yeah. I was making sure it wasn't like 7 in the morning or something.
Yeah, I don't think it's that early. God forbid, they couldn't put the freaking times of the article on here.
If I didn't know what time it was either.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to convert time halfway across the world.
Double checking this just so I know.
I'll probably just like wake up and check Peacock. And be like,
1 o'clock. Yep.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock Eastern time.
That's not too bad.
No, that's not bad at all. That's a nice midday pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a nice weekend, though. It's not supposed to rain. If it was going to rain, then that's my Saturday was pretty much filled up with that. So, all right. AEW, Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing.
On Sunday night, running head-to-head with NXT's Battleground. Sunday night as well. I'll run through the card for Battleground after this.
I think Battleground, they moved it.
Did they move it?
I think they did. I think they moved it to next weekend.
Oh, no, it's June 9th. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, I think they realized. I don't know if it was a typo or they just realized, hey, it's probably not a good idea to run it against.
Yeah, okay. So never mind.
Okay.
Battleground is June 9th, which we're going to get Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice in a NXT Underground match. Should be pretty cool. Then they got Sol Ruka, Lash Legend, Fallon Henley, Jadea Parker, and 2 other yet to be determined in the ladder match for the Women's North American Championship. That should be pretty awesome. All right. AEW Double or Nothing, Sunday night. Run down this card before we make some picks. So you've got Swerve Strickland defending the AEW World Championship against one of the best heels in the business right now, Christian Cage. Willow Nightingale defending the TBS Championship against the Mercedes Moné, making her in-ring debut for AEW at this pay-per-view. You've got Anarchy in the Arena, the Elite, the Bucks, Okada, and Jack Perry taking on Team AEW with FTR, Darby Allin replacing the injured Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson. This one, which will probably be a great matchup, just because of the talent that's in here. AEW Women's World Championship, Timeless Toni Storm defending against the Professor Serena Deeb. International Championship match, Roderick Strong versus Will Ospreay, which very well could be the match of the night. This one I'm very much looking forward to. I think this is my most anticipated match on the entire card. TNT Championship match, barbed wire steel cage match, Adam Copeland defending against Malachi Black. IWGP World Title match, Eliminator match, Jon Moxley versus Takeshita. So if Takeshita wins, he'll get a shot at the IWGP title. Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta. FTW Championship triple threat match, Chris Jericho defending against Hook and Shibata. 6-man tag match. This is on... Nope, that is on the buy-in. That is the on the main pay-per-view. The Bang Bang Gang against Death Triangle. Rey Fenix is finally back from injury. And on the buy-in, the pre-show, Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo, which is going to be an amazing match right there. Awesome. Stacked card for AEW this weekend.
Yeah, they stacked it all right. I would probably cut like 2 matches, but it's all good.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, the way that their shows have been running, the weekly shows like Dynamite and Collision and Rampage, like they haven't always been consistent with being like watchable or good. Like they have like a lot of hit or misses. And WWE has a lot of hit or misses too. But for the most part, Raw, SmackDown, Raw and SmackDown have been a lot more entertaining and more like attention holding than a lot of AEW's product has been recently. But their pay-per-views, they put on
are always good. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's
definitely bang for your buck if you spend money on it, you know?
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. All right. Well, let's kick it off here. First match. Might as well just start from the beginning here. Swerve versus Christian Cage for the world title.
I'm going to take Swerve on this one.
I am so happy that Swerve finally got the upper hand on Christian this week on Dynamite, and Prince Nana is back. Like, super psyched for that. So that crowd's going to go nuts when Swerve and Nana come out for that title match. Really excited. This one here, Mercedes Moné versus Willow Nightingale. Like we said earlier, Willow has done the majority of the heavy lifting in this matchup. As much as I want her to win, I have a feeling they're going to give the title to Mercedes.
I have that same feeling. Because you can't build somebody's return for like, 3 months and then have them lose. Like, you know, I mean, it wouldn't make sense. So, like, she's got to win.
I agree with a lot of what's being said about this. Bully Ray has said it on Busted Open. Freddie Prinze Jr. has said it as well, and a few other people have had some of the podcasts I listened to. Mercedes was debuted too early. If it wasn't for that show, if they didn't make a big deal out of that Boston show with Big Business, she got that debuted in front of the hometown crowd, which is great, to get that pop. It's always awesome to get that pop in front of your hometown crowd. But I feel like if you're doing that and you're building it up and she's wasn't 100% ready to go yet, that's the downfall, I guess, of that, because you're building up a match between her and Willow for 3 months now, as kind of like the rematch from the women's title match that Mercedes got injured in and Willow picked up the win. It's that 3 months in between that is kind of like it's a long build for a pay-per-view match, especially when there's a pay-per-view in between that and this.
I just to be devil's advocate here, I mean, I agree with you, maybe. But the only caveat is if Mercedes Monet's promos would have been good. Because if you think about it, the Drew McIntyre CM Punk has been about the same amount of time, but because both of them have been really well on the mic, they've been able to hold us captive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on that same aspect. The same aspect, though, too, if Punk did get injured in the Rumble, we would have gotten Drew and Punk already.
I mean, we would have, but you can't say it hasn't worked. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say it hasn't worked. Like, being able to hold a storyline and have build up to a match that's, 3 months away or 4 months away or however long it's going to be.
That I just think with this, it's like, it's hard to keep that sizzle when you have, like I said, Willow's doing the majority of the heavy lifting for this feud.
Yeah.
Like when you have one person that's doing the majority of this. But if you have someone that is good on the mic and can build the feud by themselves, then it will work. Because they did that with Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker. Bray built that feud up that month or so, month and a half or whatever, to that WrestleMania, because we didn't see Undertaker at all until that Mania matchup. Everything was Bray.
Yeah,
I mean, it can be the caliber of Bray compared to Mercedes. It's like apples and oranges.
Yeah, it can be done. It's just they couldn't do it, so they definitely, debuted her too early because they didn't have the ability to hold the attention. But I think Mercedes has to win, because if not, they wasted all this time. And I guess the difference in the CM Punk thing is like he was in the Rumble and got injured, whereas like we haven't seen Mercedes in the ring at all, So it's like her first match. So I can feel like her, like she wrestled like 2 or 3 times, got injured, and then was out like 3 months. I could see her losing maybe, and you'd be like, oh, it was ring rust. But it being her debuting for the first time, I think she has to pick up the win.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just don't think it's. I just want Willow to win. I want Willow to retain that title because she's put in the work for this promo, and just end up having to lose that belt. So, but hopefully they surprise us and Willow retains. So, but Tony Khan's not good with surprises.
If you have a flamethrower.
I did like that. That was pretty cool. I was like, what the hell does he have when Darby got out that truck? It's like, I thought it was a paintball gun at first. I was like, that's a big ass freaking paintball gun.
It kind of brought back memories. I went to like is it a tape in the Raw? I think it was a tape in the Raw. It could have been SmackDown. But it was like Kane and X-Pac during their feud. And you remember X-Pac used to have like the little gun that had like the pyrotechnics in it? Like on his entrance?
I remember X-Pac having that gun.
Yeah, he had like a little gun that he'd shoot off like in his like during his entrance at one point. And anyways, like him and Kane were like fighting or whatever, and he's supposed to shoot Kane with the pyrotechnics gun, and it didn't go off. And so then they like kept fighting, and so like 2 or 3 matches go by, and then like all of a sudden like X-Pac and Kane come like back out on the stage like they had been fighting like the whole time, and X-Pac shoots Kane with the pyrotechnics gun, and then like when I went back to watch it on Raw or SmackDown, because like I said, it was pre-tape. They like edited it like into the first fight, like it wasn't like later. So it looks like it just brought back memories of that. Like
I actually, now you described it more, I do remember that.
Yeah.
So, they used to do that a lot, where like if a segment didn't go right or something and they had to redo it, they would come back out later and do it.
Yeah, but it's funny because they just like came back like fighting, like, oh shit, they've been backstage fighting for fucking 3 matches now.
Where's security? They're not doing their job. Oh man, awesome. All right, we've got Anarchy in the Arena. Dude, Garrett didn't do like all these matches.
Oh, he knew all of them was happening because he made me guess all the matches. Cause I'm like, what's all the matches for the card? He's like, we talked about all of them. And I'm like, I had to go through and name them all.
Yeah, he didn't do picks for all these.
Yeah,
I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 matches on here.
He probably forgot to save it.
Oh, maybe. All right, Anarchy in the Arena, the Elite versus Team AEW. You got to give it to the Elite on this one.
Yeah, I'm giving it to the Elite, and I think Bryan Danielson turns on his team and joins the Elite.
You think maybe we get a return in this matchup to try to help out Team AEW? Maybe a certain Cowboy?
I don't think so. Because if you do that, then what's the point of having them lose?
That is true.
So I think I think Bryan Danielson
more the swerve match though.
Yeah,
post swerve.
Yeah, but I think yeah, I think I know, lost my train of thought. Bryan Danielson turns heel.
Turns it. I mean, he fit in the Elite, but I mean, he's already part of Blackpool Combat Club, so this turns on them too.
Well, he goes like full heel, and yeah, he
says fuck AEW.
Yeah,
this should be interesting. You know, Darby's going to do something crazy.
Yeah.
All right. This one, as far as like wrestling goes, this should be a good match. Timeless Tony Storm versus the Professor Serena Deeb. There wasn't much build to this matchup. It's only been like a 3-week build up for this.
Yeah, I think Timeless Tony Storm retains.
Yeah, I don't see her losing. Like it doesn't. It just seems like they're just plugging Serena Deeb in here just to give Tony an opponent for a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
which I'm not mad about because, like I said, it's going to be a good match regardless. Because Serena Deeb is awesome, Tony Storm is awesome, so it should be pretty good. I'm kind of wondering if we see possibly be the return of Britt Baker at some point during this matchup, maybe.
I hope not.
Afterwards or something. Because they don't really have a another contender lined up for Tony.
I'm thinking Deanna Purrazzo after the match later, or at the beginning.
Beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
We're at Osprey and are we at Osprey and
Yeah, I was looking at something else.
I thought you was asking like where we were at on the card.
No. I was looking for the rankings, AEW's rankings, to see.
That shit don't matter.
I don't know, but usually they'll put up like a number one contender, throw a number one contender in there or something, but I don't even see it on the website anymore.
Wins and losses matter unless you're
pretty much.
Mercedes money.
All right. Roderick Strong versus Will Ospreay. I'm going Ospreay on this one. Like, he's hot right now. You can't bring him in and have him lose this matchup.
Well, he's won 2 in a row, 3.
Yeah. And
so I mean, you could have him lose. You could have him lose if it's not clean, but he's kind of a heel too. So I don't know. Yeah. I think he wins though. I think they keep his momentum going.
I think so. I mean, that's a good title for him to grab, the international championship. So I don't see any reason why not. You think you got Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, his previous champions for that match. Orange Cassidy did a lot to elevate that title. I think having Roderick Strong have that title has done a little bit for it as well. Roddy's a great wrestler. And I think putting it on Ospreay will help elevate it even more. Cool. It's going to be a great match, though. TNT Championship match, barbed wire steel cage match. Adam Copeland versus Malachi Black. Does Malachi finally win a singles title in AEW?
I think he does. I'm looking forward to this match. I hope they don't disappoint me with fake barbed wire. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think what happens, I think Malachi Black wins. And I think Edge will be left in the ring in like a pool of blood. And then I think we get Gangrel come out and revive Edge. And Edge, returns on Dynamite as Brood Edge.
I'm hoping for a Gangrel appearance in this matchup in some way or some form or another. Just because when they tried to do it in WWE, the biggest reason they gave Edge was nobody's going to remember that. It's like, we all fucking remember that. Like, we remember Gangrel. Like, come on.
Yeah. The only thing to me, is that, if you're going to bring Gangrel back, I would like Christian to be, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You're going to get the band back together, get the band completely back together.
Yeah.
Unless Gangrel shows up with fucking Matt and Jeff Hardy and get out of it.
Or we do a mix since Matt's not under contract with AEW anymore, and you get Edge and Jeff 3.0. Oh man, that'd be awesome. But I'm excited for this matchup. I'm excited the possibility of Malachi actually getting a jump on a significant singles run. I know he's been injured and he had some nagging injuries and stuff, which is why he's been doing a lot of tags and traditional and 6-man tag matches. So with this matchup, hopefully this means that he's ready to go. And I hope they pull the trigger and put that TNT title on him.
Yeah, I hope they do too.
Moxley versus Kinosuke Takeshita in the IWGP Championship Eliminator match. They've done a good job building this up over the last month or so, but I'm not invested in this one. So I like Takeshita. I'm just not a huge fan of Mox. But it doesn't make sense for Takeshita. It's not a title match, though. So
Mox is okay. To me, like, he is what he is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, you know, what popular wrestler you just don't like for some reason. That Moxley's mine. It's one of them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, I don't think he's the greatest of all time or anything like that, but he's kind of like your, you know. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that. Never mind. I was about to compare him to like two great people, but no. Never mind. I changed my mind on that. But he like
Cena in like 2012.
He said Cena?
It's like Moxley is like Cena in like the 2010s. Pretty much. It's like one of those people that like everyone loves him, but you're like just on the outside looking at I just don't get it. Like, why does everybody like him? No.
I mean, they like him because he has like more hardcore matches.
Yeah.
I was gonna reference like Terry Funk or Mick Foley, but they both were like incredible wrestlers. Like besides like the hardcore stuff. So he's more maybe like a New Jack, like, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of like New Jack, like you're going to see somebody get bloody, and if you're into blood, then you like John Moxley.
But,
and that being said, I think John Moxley wins.
They Mox is taking this. I'm going to Kesha on this one. It's not a title match; it's an eliminator match. And I don't think they're done with Moxley and Takeshita yet, or like I was about to say Bullet Club, Blackpool Combat Club. I don't think they're done with them and the Gallus family. So.
Has Moxley ever lost a pay-per-view in AEW, except for the time Eddie Kingston came out to save him?
Well, that wasn't even that. I think he has, because didn't he lose the title? He lost the title on a pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, he did lose the time, but he wins a lot more than he loses on pay-per-views.
I think
that's why I got him
Tony Khan's favorite toy. This one here, they've done a pretty good build with this. Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta.
I'd cut this match if it was me.
Yeah,
or pre-show it.
I don't think it'll be a bad match, but the whole grudge match storyline in this one shouldn't be too bad. I'm going with Trent on this one.
To be honest, I don't really care.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Trent, just because everybody knows my opinion of Orange Cassidy.
Garrett picked Orange Cassidy on that one. He picked Mox on the last one, Tony Storm, Adam Cole, and Swerve.
Here comes another match that we can cut from the fucking card.
Oh, this one. I have no interest in this match at all. Like, oh, man. And it's like, I like Hook. I like Shibata. I don't want to see this match. At least not on a pay-per-view.
I like Jericho as well, but I don't want to see this match. Well, I don't know. I like Jericho should, like, I mean, I know he doesn't want to do it this way, but he needs to do, like, take a page from, like, The Undertaker or something and, like, wrestle twice a year, maybe 3 times a year. People are like, appreciate you more because you're not what you used to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
needs to be more of an attraction. That's pretty much what it boils down to. He's the
yeah.
biggest. That Sting was the biggest name that they had in the company. Sting's retired. Jericho
Yeah.
is the biggest name that they have on the active roster right now. So
Is
he
it
needs to be treated.
is Dana Prazo and Thunder Rosa pre-show?
Yeah, it's pre-show. I would have swapped that one with this one or Orange Cassidy.
Is this the order that the matches are going in? Because if so, Chris Jericho might quit. Just because we know he don't want to go on second.
I don't know. It's just what they have listed on here, so I don't know if it's the exact order.
That was his reason for leaving WWE, right? Because he went on second at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I'd rather been first. You don't put me on second.
That's what they say. Like if you're not going to be the main event, you want to go for that first spot. Those are two pivotal spots.
If you're on fucking WrestleMania, you made the pay-per-view. Like, if you're worried about going on second, go out there and have the best match ever, and
damn straight,
people are gonna remember it.
WrestleMania 3, Steamboat and Savage. What was that, like the third or fourth match on the card?
Yeah, it wasn't the main event at all.
No, it was like somewhere in the middle of the damn pay-per-view, and this was like the best match on the show.
Or go off of like AEW, like wherever Will Ospreay is, or Bryan Danielson. You know what I mean? Like it's always looking in the middle. Like their main event's never been the best match, I don't think, except for maybe a few times.
Awesome. All right, so you taking in this one? I got Hook.
You think Hook?
I'm thinking.
I know who's taking the pinfall.
Shibata.
The only reason why he's in the match. So, and the only reason they're doing this is so we can have Hook versus Jericho again. I think Jericho wins.
The learning tree.
And Cook learns another lesson in his loss.
Right. This one's not for a title. This is a non-title matchup for unified
weird
trios champions. Yeah, I thought this would have been a title matchup, but the Bang Bang Gang, Bullet Club Gold versus Death Triangle. I guess they're not called Bullet Club Gold anymore. Okay. Bang Bang Gang.
Oh, me. I'll take the Bang Bang Gang.
I'm going, this is not a title match. We're going with Death Triangle. I'm excited to see Death Triangle back together. Everyone returned and healthy and no visa issues. Should be great.
Keep zooming in, man.
I know. I pulled the tab off of the web browser. I was trying to find the damn notes and they disappeared. All right, I'll buy in for the tiebreaker. Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa.
I'm taking Deonna Purrazzo.
I know it's a tough one to pick because I love both of them.
Yep.
I'm going to go Thunder Rosa.
Okay. Be wrong if you want to.
I will be wrong. All right, so there we go. We got King and Queen of the Ring on Saturday afternoon. AEW Double or Nothing Sunday night, 8 o'clock. And a nice busy weekend of wrestling, so it should be good. Should be good.
Some wrestling.
I think TNA's got an event this weekend too.
Oh, do they? It's probably on now then.
I think so.
I was doing it Saturday night since AEW, since WWE's on at 1 o'clock.
Next event looks like it is June 14th, which is Against All Odds, which is being headlined by Matt Hardy versus Moose for the world title.
Matt Hardy versus Moose.
Hardy versus Moose. Nick Nemeth returned last night on Impacts to help out his brother and Matt Hardy fend off the system. What else we got here? We got Trent Seven taking on Mustafa Ali for the X Division Championship and TNA World Tag Team Championship. Oh, the System versus Nick and Ryan Nemeth.
I seen
pretty cool.
I seen there's like some dude on TikTok. I was like scrolling through and he was doing like a live where he's playing, I think like SmackDown 2 or something. Yeah. And he his creative player was Joe Hendry.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And he's doing like a career. He's doing like a career mode.
Oh man, that's awesome. So those are the 3 title matches they've gotten out so far for Against All Odds, which is Friday, June 14th. Assuming I get some more match announcements soon for the rest of that. Local promotions tomorrow. FWE, Fortitude Wrestling Entertainment is in Cary, North Carolina, with their show Relentless. They just released the some of the match cards on here. Women's Championship match, Emily J versus Amanda Kiss versus Caitlin Alexis. Chase Emery versus our favorite ninja, the Neon Ninja Facade. The only advice we got to give him is sweep the leg, baby. Sweep the leg. Number 1 contenders Tag Team Championship, XLG versus Hunter Rayner and Channing Melton. The veteran Jack Vaughn versus Psycho Boy Father. Ooh, Big Vito. Big Vito is wrestling a mystery opponent. I didn't know Vito was on the card. They didn't announce him at all. U.S. Championship tables match. You have Matthew Ennis versus Xander Keys. A Kiss My Foot match. Gene Snitsky versus Con O'Kelly. And number 1 contender for the FWE Championship match, Supermodel Sylvain Garnier versus the one-legged wonder, Zach Gowen.
Zach Gowen.
Oh, they just announced Big Vito yesterday. I missed that announcement. Oh, awesome. Well, props to them for getting Big Vito out there for that. So, and they have a mystery main event or a surprise main event. And Angelina Love will be in attendance as well. She's apparently manages Psycho Boy Fodder, or she's with him or something. I don't know. But they'll be doing a meet and greet during intermission. So if you're a fan of Fodder or Angelina Love, there's a chance for you to do a meet and greet tomorrow.
What would you do if the surprise main event was Rock versus Undertaker?
I'd be very surprised if they can make that happen.
Like, no, that wouldn't be a surprise. Like, do you not want to sell tickets?
Let's
It's
see.
probably like C.W. Anderson versus George House or something.
More than likely. United Pro Wrestling does not have anything coming up this weekend. Still advertising, some other stuff. There's a new promotion called is it Foothills? Foothills Wrestling Alliance. They are located in King, North Carolina. They've got a show coming up.
Kings Mountain or King?
It's King. June 1st. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. That's probably loud. June 1st. The cool thing with these guys,
they wrestle naked.
No. No. All their shows are done at a school. Like one of the local schools. And what they do, yeah, so they'll donate half of the proceeds from ticket sales, or a portion of the ticket sales to the school.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they do that. They say do that, and like after all the like major promotions left Nashville, it was like they would do like for fundraisers for like the baseball team, football team, cheerleaders, like whoever would book them for a fundraiser. They usually would have it in like a gym at the like high school, and like whoever the main event was, like the gym teacher would be like the special guest referee, or the principal, or somebody would get beat up or something.
So tickets are $10. Kids get in free. So I mean, you can't beat that. So,
yeah.
And if you're looking to kill some time here, this is going to be at the Chestnut Grove Middle School. Doors open at 3:30. Bell rings at 4.
What time? I mean, what day?
June 1st.
June 1st.
So there you go. They got so it's all local talent. So there's not really any like major names on here. But
yeah, that's ever fun to go to as well.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. One of these guys may end up being a major name someday. So you could be like, I saw them in a middle school in the middle of nowhere, North Carolina. So
yeah, I was watching because there's like a YouTube channel that puts like old like Nashville wrestling videos up there, and they put like a little bit of USWA stuff, but there's like after USWA kind of folded, there was like one called like Main Event, and it had Bryan Danielson on there, and I'm like, I totally fucking forgot about. Like I remember after I saw him, I remembered him. I'm like, I forgot he fucked. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If I never saw that video, I wouldn't have been like, oh yeah, like you saw Bryan Danielson before he's fucking Bryan Danielson.
That's cool. Living in upstate New York, one of the local channels would always show would you get wrestling out of Rochester, New York.
Mm-hmm.
And Brody Lee was actually one of the mainstays in that promotion. I think it was Pier 6 Wrestling was the name of the promotion.
Uh-huh.
And like every Sunday, like around like 1, I think it was 1 o'clock, they would show their show would be on one of the local channels. And you see Brody Lee wrestling or doing commentary like every week on there. So, and then you see him pop up in WWE. It's like, oh shit, that's Brody Lee.
Yeah.
What else we've got? AML Wrestling out of Winston-Salem. Will be in Mocksville, North Carolina this weekend. That is Sunday, May 26th. You've got
Mocksville, where everybody bleeds.
They don't have like the full card posted up here, but they've got a decent amount of matches listed up here. You've got a eight-man tag match with the Dawsons, George South, Hornswoggle taking on the team of the Andersons, so C.W. Anderson and Arn Anderson's son.
Okay.
And Abuse of Power, which is another tag team. So I got that one. Brad Attitude defending the Prestige title. Oh, he trades in the Prestige title for his shot at the champion. Okay.
Prestige
so Beer City Bruiser.
Worldwide.
Beer City Bruiser taking on Brad Attitude for the AMLW champion. Is this?
They have to change the Prestige title to Prestige Worldwide.
We got that. We've got Elijah, formerly known as Elias, taking on Billy Brash.
I haven't seen him in a while. He was like on TikTok, like preaching every day for a minute, and then I haven't seen him in a while.
The Outrunners taking on Psycho Boy Fodder and a mystery partner. He's doing some work here this weekend, isn't he?
The Outrunners.
Yeah, the Outrunners. They've been on AEW quite a bit. Let's see what else we got here. Bojack versus Logan Quindle versus Sultan versus Colby Carino versus Diego Hill for the Prestige, the vacant Prestige title. AJ Francis takes on White Mike.
White Mike. That's a good name.
White Mike. The Headbangers. Oh no. Did they change that one? Yeah, I think that one got changed. Yeah, it's the Outrunners now. This is the Headbangers. One of the Headbangers got injured.
Mm.
Yep. So Headbangers will not be appearing at this event, so they're hoping to reschedule them soon. That's cool. So a lot of cool stuff going on this weekend in the independent wrestling world, especially locally. It's cool shows. All right. So that's it for our weekly wrestling breakdown. Let's go ahead and jump over to everyone's favorite segment of the show. It's No Holds Barred. All right. Get off here. Some movie talk. They released a full trailer for Beetlejuice 2.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen it.
I've watched it like 5 times now.
Really?
So hyped for this. I'm excited. It looks awesome. A lot of
One of the most. I thought the best with it.
Uh-huh.
I like Beetlejuice. I was about to mess with you. It's like one of the most overrated movies of the 90s.
Oh, well, that came out in the 80s. It's late 80s.
They come out in the 80s? I thought it came in like 91 or something.
Mm-mm. No, it came out in the mid to late 80s. I think it was late 80s.
Maybe because I watched it a little. I thought it came out in there.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I used to watch the cartoon too.
Cartoon was great. Hardly anyone remembers it though.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do with it. Sometimes I get disappointed with like remakes and sequels, and then sometimes they're good. So it'll be one of those things we'll have to see. Especially with this one, because can they be as brash as the old one, or
Yeah,
is it?
they had a lot of throwback. Not like throwbacks, but like not.
Is it going to be more of like a family-friendly movie?
I don't know. Michael Keaton looked pretty good in the makeup, though. So
yeah,
it's awesome. I'm just seeing this now. Billy Corgan and Fred Durst are going to host a conspiracy theory podcast.
Oh, great! I never really figured either one of them to be conspiracy theorists.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well,
that's funny.
Yeah.
So this is going to be on a podcast network that's being launched by Bill Maher. His own podcast network, which will include the conspiracy theory and UFO show from Billy Corgan and Fred Durst.
That's going to be like exclusives to that podcast network.
Yeah, it's a Club Random Podcast Network, which launches today.
It's like, oh, that's what we need, another fucking podcast network.
Yeah, because why not?
Well, see if we can upload our podcast on there, man.
Hey, can we get on here? Wrestling podcast.
All right, Bill Maher and be like, hey, can you give us like one of those exclusive contract deals? We'll only post on your podcast network if you give us $1 million.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. What else we got going on here?
You shit like your phone ring and it was like Bill Murray. I said Bill Murray.
If my phone rang and it was Bill Murray, I'd probably have a fucking heart attack.
He's gonna start his own podcast network too.
What? There's another Beverly Hills Cop movie?
Is there?
Yep.
So basically, what Eddie Murphy is doing is making sequels to all his movies.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's called Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. Apparently it's Netflix exclusive.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was little, and then like as I was older, they wasn't as fun. I wasn't a huge fan of Beverly Hills.
I like the first one. First one was good. I didn't like the especially the last one that came out in the theme park. That one wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But Judge Reinhold will be back. Good for him. I didn't even know they were making another one. Just like another bad.
After that, I'll get another Daddy Daycare. Daddy Daycare. Dr. Doolittle 6. My favorite Eddie Murphy movie is probably Shrek.
Matt Cardona set to make his feature film debut in the Western film Down the Long River. I posted to his Twitter on Wednesday. Share the poster for the film as well as a link to the movie's Indiegogo campaign. All right. So this
Did you get a chance to watch? Did you get a chance to watch Iron Claw yet?
Iron Claw yet? I gotta watch that. I was waiting to see if my wife wanted to watch it. She didn't want to watch it, so I gotta just make some time to watch it.
Yeah.
This one,
the kids from Melatonin.
It's time for a history lesson, kids. You're gonna learn about the Von Erichs. Let's see. This one, the description for this movie says, in the aftermath of the Civil War, a former Army sergeant, a notorious gang, and a duplicitous Pinkerton agent cross paths in a forgotten river town with revenge and a fortune in gold at stake. The town is caught in the crossfire. All right. That's cool. Oh, you know what else got going on this weekend? Carolina Fear Fest.
Is that this weekend?
Yep.
That's the one that has some of the screen people.
Yeah. So this is happening at the State Fairgrounds. I think this is in the what freaking building?
How much tickets?
Tickets are
if it's at the fairgrounds, it's probably in that building that's like right beside Dorton Arena. I forgot what the name of it is.
Yeah, it's on the other side. The Scott Key building or something, or tickets are $50 for single admission on Saturday, $40 for single admission on Sunday. 5 and under are free.
Yeah, I ain't paying that much to go to that. That's the only thing with these cons. These are way overpriced them. It's like you gotta pay to get in and then pay to do everything else. It's like it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You go to a theme park.
Yeah. Celebrity guest Bill Moseley from the Devil's Rejects, House of a Thousand Corpses, Heather Langenkamp.
That's a good one.
I wanted to go just to talk to her again because we met her at Mad Monster Party a few years ago.
Yeah.
So Zatanna was probably it's about 10 years ago because that was that WrestleMania 30 weekend or was that the year before? It was about 10 years ago. Zatanna was, I think, around 2 or 3 when we met her.
Yeah.
She was really cool. So we got a family picture with her holding Zatanna. David Arquette, Kostas Mandylor from Saw 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, Saw 3D, Tales from the Crypts, Alexandra Esso from Dr. Sleep, Haunting of Bly Manor, Pope's Exorcist, Midnight Mass, Midnight Club, The Edge, Jonathan Breck from Jeepers Creepers, 1, 2, and 3, who's the Creeper. So that's pretty cool. And he will be there. They actually have the truck, the Creepers truck there as well. Tom Matthews from Return of the Living Dead, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Amy Steele from Friday the 13th, Part 2, April Fool's Day. Lachlan Monroe, who was in Scary Movie, Freddy vs. Jason. He was the cop in Freddy vs. Jason. Kelly Maroney from April Fool's Day, Night of the Comet. Tom Arnold, of course, was in Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Amelia McLean.
Have you seen April Fool's Day?
I don't think so. It's not ringing a bell.
Okay. It's like one of those ones that's kind of like a deep cut that everybody's seen, but
Gotcha.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Jenna Jameson will be there.
Oh, okay.
Of course, she was in Zombie Strippers, which is actually not that bad. Warrington Gillette, who is in Friday the 13th Part 2. Dwayne Whitaker, Pulp Fiction, Devil's Rejects, Leatherface, Beatrice, Boepple, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Child. A lot of Nightmare on Elm Street people. Unfortunately, R.A. Milahoff canceled. He will not be there. This is the second year in a row that he's canceled on that one. I had some filming commitments come up and stuff, so pretty cool stuff. They have a in-costume photo op with Jonathan Breck in this Creeper costume with the Creeper truck. So that's pretty cool. And that's Saturday and Sunday. Green screen photo ops Friday night only. Amy Steele, Heather Langenkamp, David Arquette, Warrington Gillette, Amy Steele and Warrington Gillette, and Kostas Mandalore. A lot of cool stuff going on this weekend. Yeah. They've got
your WCW belt. Get David Arquette.
David Arquette to sign it. I told my wife if I ever met David Arquette, if I had a WCW title, I'd have him sign it. The Green Goblin head from Maximum Overdrive will be on display as well. Apparently, this is the final year that they're bringing this out to conventions.
Yeah. Is it list any of the vendors that are going to be there? No.
Yeah, there actually is. I think there's a vendors list.
Do you got any like good animatronic vendors?
I think most of them are just like basic stuff like 3D Beowulf, 3D Nuts.
Okay.
Callie's Creations, Artwork, Art of Angela, Dead End Threads.
Yeah, so mainly just like artists and probably like
t-shirt vendors, just regular product vendors. Horror Show Jack Productions. What do these guys do?
If they had like animatronics or like mask or makeup artists there, that'd be pretty cool.
When we went last year, they actually had a booth that they were doing like makeup and stuff. Like professional grade makeup.
Yeah.
What's anybody else on here?
Yeah, I started to look into like making makeup because I used to do like a haunted house in my backyard or haunted woods. I guess I did a haunted backyard in my backyard for several years before I had kids and could blow money on stuff. I had a really good time, and I was looking into maybe getting into like makeup and stuff because a lot of the stuff, buying like stuff from the Halloween stores and Spirit and stuff are like way too expensive. So like a lot of stuff like we made or built out of stuff. So yeah.
Nice.
A little tangent. But anybody that remembers Death on Duke? And I wish I had a video or pictures of it. It's pretty cool.
Oh, they got a bunch of different vendors here this year.
Yeah. Are you going?
Oh man, I couldn't get the mute quick enough.
Are you going?
Nah, here I had to sneeze.
No, I'm saying, are you going to
Oh, ooh, that echo.
Horcon, Terracon, whatever?
We were thinking about it, but I don't think we're going.
Yeah, that's expensive, like $100 plus the kids.
Oh, if we were going, it was just gonna be Rose and I going.
Yeah, still $100. It's like 60 a piece. You said 60 or 40?
40 on Sunday, and I think it's like 50 on Saturday. I mean, with the amount that you have to pay some of these guests, like their guarantee and stuff, like the ticket price, like I understand more from doing the convention last year. Like, because that's where the bulk of your money is coming from, is the ticket sales, and then your vendors and stuff, because your vendors are buying booze.
Yeah, so, but you don't want to outprice your guests, because then you won't have anybody show up.
Yeah. That's 40, 50 and 40 is about average. Most other cons have gone up. I think Mad Monster Party was higher the last couple years. But they've got another one coming up in August, which is pretty cool. Mad Monster Expo. General admission single day passes. No, actually they're not bad. 45 for Saturday, 35 for Sunday. And they're out.
Yeah, it's a little better.
They usually have some pretty good guests too. I believe they have the guest list.
King.
They got Tobin Bell from Saw, the twins from The Shining, Walter Coggins from Fallout, and House of a Thousand Corpses, Righteous Gemstones.
It's funny, like the twins from The Shining, like how popular they are from like one scene, one damn scary movie.
Bill Johnson from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Juliette Lewis, Dust Till Dawn, Natural Born Killers, James Marsters, of course, from Buffy, Angel Smallville, Navik Ogre, who's in Repo, The Genetic Opera, and Shawnee Smith from Saw will be there as well. That's the guest list so far for that one. Somebody had that's in August 23rd. And I think they're launching out in Detroit too. So a lot of cool stuff there. Lots of fun stuff going on this weekend between wrestling, horror conventions. I'm sure there's some other things going on. You got Animazement happening in Raleigh. Anime Festival. If you're into anime, you can check that out too.
You got Memorial Day coming up Monday.
Yep. Monday.
So you can sit at home and listen to our proud be an American.
Oh man. All right. Cool. You got anything else? No holds barred? Or?
No, man. I don't want to bore you with basketball or. Yeah.
Oh, it's all good. All right. Oh, shit. I'm tired. All right, let's take it home. Try not to fall asleep. All right, it's time for In Your House Keeping. In Your Housekeeping, of course, is brought to you by.
We have oh, go ahead and do the sponsor. I'm sorry.
No, sorry. In Your Housekeeping is brought to you by Actually, I think Noble Spark was supposed to be in that one, but anyway, our Redbubble store, redbubble.com/people/WrestleGettingPod. Go check us out, buy some merch. One of the best ways to support us, aside from liking, sharing, commenting, leaving us reviews, all that fun stuff. So, there you go. Redbubble.com. Okay.
I guess that music's still going.
I know.
You gotta do it like Rick Rude, like, cut the music.
What I need now is for all you.
I was gonna say one of the big corrections we had to make is Chris referred to Sting as like top 5 wrestler of all time. So we want to correct that.
You say he was like my top 5. I'm sure he's in somebody's top 5. So,
I mean, somebody's number 1. Like,
oh, I'm sure
that one guy.
DJ on the Call Up podcast, Sting's his favorite wrestler.
Yeah, he don't have good taste.
So, like mine's Macho Man. Yeah. All right. In your housekeeping, basically, with just any corrections or anything like that, follow up from last week before. I don't really have anything on that aspect of it. I don't know if you got anything at all.
No, I probably messed up some words or mispronounced somebody's name or something.
Oh, it is all good. But yeah. So we'll wrap it up then. So thank you guys for checking us out. We appreciate it each and every week. Go ahead and make sure you follow us on our social media outlets, WrestleGeddon Pod on X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, all those. Just search WrestleGeddon Pod. Will come up. Facebook.com/WrestleGeddon Pod. You can watch us live every week on there. Same thing at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ForTheCollection. Watch us live on there as well each and every Friday night. That's pretty much all we've got. That's all I've got. Anyway.
Yep.
So thank you guys for checking us out as usual. And we will chat with you all next week. Trying to find it is. Awesome stuff there. We'll chat with you all next week. This was episode 237 of your WrestleGeddon podcast. On behalf of myself, Christian Heat Matthews, and the Tennessee Jesus Carl Crossland, we will check you all next week. Later, Marks.